Hello, Greater Hilltop. This is Dan Fagan from the Greater Hilltop Area Commission, and we're continuing a series of videos on resources available in the Greater Hilltop area to deal with the impact of COVID-19. And I'm excited to introduce Shelly Casto. She's the Executive Director of the Highland Youth Garden, and Shelly's going to talk with us about what her organization is doing in these times.
Thanks, Dan. It's really great to be here. I appreciate the opportunity. I'm new to getting to know the Hilltop area, and I really appreciate a chance to be introduced a little bit to the community. It's a great community, and I'm really excited to be serving your neighborhood. The Highland Youth Garden, I'm sure many of you know, has been around for a decade now. We celebrated our 10-year anniversary in the fall. We are a just under half-acre urban farm that is primarily an educational institution located right across the street from Highland Elementary. And you are seeing here two of our teenagers. We do employ teenagers. We give them a great experience with learning how to farm and garden, learning how to work with the public, learning how to be leaders in our community. And this is Lowell and Amina, who are two of our most loyal and dedicated employees right now, and welcoming us to the garden. So I want to give you a little bit of background on what we do as an organization in regular times, and then how we've sort of switched things up a little bit and pivoted to make sure that we're serving the community during this really difficult time in our world. So we are while we do farm this half-acre plot, we do it in order to do educational programs for young people. We have a long-standing partnership with Highland Elementary and the Educational Academy for boys and girls as well, doing field trip visits during the school day and after school program that happens both at the school and at the garden. And so these are some of our kiddos learning about where a carrot really comes from, and that you can eat the whole thing, and including the greens if you want to, and that it's fun. And it's great to get your hands dirty, get in there and be part of it. We did just last year build this high hoop tunnel, which allows us to grow food throughout the year and extend that programming as well. We get kids in there to help us plant, help us weed, help us water, really learn about where their food comes from and how great it is when they cook it themselves, grow it themselves. Healthy stuff is good to have. Wanted to tell you a little bit more about our teenagers. This is our crew from this summer. You can see with their masks, they've been out there making things happen, making things grow, getting to know each other, having a good time. We are really dedicated to employing teenagers every year. So I do want to put the plea out there in the community. If you have a teenager, please look for our call for applicants in the spring. What happens is we do roughly 8-week, could be more, could be less next year, sort of training program where we introduce the kids to urban agriculture, introduce them to job skills, and really get them up to speed. And then they have the opportunity to potentially continue being employed with us year round and working with children as mentors and things like that. So we also, when the pandemic hit, of course, then suddenly we couldn't have all those field trips. But we were also, you know, the spring was coming, the garden was growing. How are we gonna serve the community in this new reality? One of the things that we did is we started planting backyard gardens for our neighbors. So this is a family who lives just 2 blocks from the garden, and we planted, they were really excited about having their own backyard garden. So we got out there, we built them a raised bed, we brought all the supplies, and then we installed it with Trey Shell's help. She is really into this garden. She has now come and visited us multiple times down at the main garden to tell us how things are going and to ask lots more questions about vegetables and plants. And she's really engaged, and I look forward to continuing to work with her and her garden. So next year, we did 5 gardens this year. We would like to do more next year. So again, if this is of interest to community members, we will have a process in the spring to apply for a garden, and please stay tuned for that. Get on our mailing list to be notified. We want to do more of them next year. The other thing that we did is we launched a fresh food bag program, which is a free distribution of the produce in our garden. We do take donations, but they are entirely optional. We do it Wednesday evenings from 5 to 7, and Saturdays from 10 to 12. It is primarily the produce that we have grown, but you'll see we have some bagged carrots here. We've gotten donations. We actually, in the coming weeks, are doing a partnership with the USDA Farms to Families program, which gives us big shipments, pallet shipments of food. We're doing that every other Saturday. And we are on soon also starting a partnership with a new program that's local called Farms Share, which brings connects farmers to local community distributors like us. And we do have a partnership going there that will ramp up in the next couple weeks as well. So we also have kids activities. So with the food distribution, families can pick up an activity for their kids. This is a photo from the Mother's Day offering that we did, where we sent home jars that kids could decorate and then go pick flowers for their moms. But we've also done planting sunflowers, and we're doing a recycled container gardening program right now. So that's another take-home option. So again, you can find this information on our website, but Wednesdays 5 to 7, Saturdays 10 to 12. Obviously there's more selection the earlier that you come in that time slot. Here is information about us. And I want to also tell you about our plans for this fall, because while we probably will not be able to collaborate with Highland Elementary in a normal way in the fall, given that classes will be entirely online. Obviously, that is what needs to happen for our community so we can all be safe, children and teachers and families at home. Obviously, for younger children, for kids with different learning needs, for really all students, it's not an ideal scenario. We all need outdoor experience. We all need experience interacting with people in person. We do have that option at Highland. We are outdoors entirely, and we are looking at ways in which, in small groups with children who are wearing masks, with adults who are wearing masks, can we have some small group experiences with preschoolers, with elementary kids, with middle and high school students? How can we do that safely? How can we do that in a model that is useful to the neighborhood? So we are sending out surveys to some key existing partners to get some input. But if you have input and you have children at home, please let us know what would be useful to you in terms of timing, what would be useful to you in terms of content. We can, do some reading and writing. We can do some science integration. We can help kids maybe do some homework help. So those are all possibilities, and we want to continue to be useful and serve the community. We also will continue with the fresh food distribution through the fall, through the growing season, and then once winter comes, we'll start getting ready for the next season. So what else can I tell you, Dan? What did I leave out?
Shelly, this is exciting. I have a couple questions. So if I'm a parent and I would like to bring my young ones over for one of those activities or for a tour, is that possible at this point?
It is. Well, first of all, please know that the site itself never closes, and it is not closed to anybody at any time.
Mhm.
So if you just want to walk over with your kids and hang out and check things out and pick some stuff and, talk to us, please do that.
Okay.
Please do that. We are routinely there Tuesdays and Thursdays and Saturdays. So you will see people there those days, and sometimes other days. But so please just show up, and just bring your kid and look around. Do ask
Awesome.
us before you pick things, but definitely you're welcome. It's a beautiful site. Just hang out. If you'd like to be on our communication list for our more formalized programming that we are planning, please reach out to this email address, info@highlandyouthgarden.org, and we'll put you on our list and communicate with you about what would be useful to you and to reach out.
Is that also how you can get on the mailing list? Is it the
One-stop
info@highlandyouthgarden.org website? Okay.
one-stop shop. Yep.
I do want to say your website is beautiful. It is, if you have a chance, go look at the website. And Shelly said that that's really through the support of a great volunteer network that she has that keeps that site. So it is great. A couple of other quick questions. If someone wants to drive up, do they need ID? Do they need anything to show you?
They do
No?
not. And that, thanks for raising that. You can literally just drive up in your car to that food distribution, and we will pack things up. Just tell us what you want. We'll pack them up, hand them off to you. We do not, the only thing we ask for is your zip code. We just use that to get a sense of, are we in fact serving primarily the Hilltop? And to date, through the summer, 80% of the zip codes are Hilltop zip codes. So we are really happy about that. That's the only reason we asked for it. And no ID, just come and take what you need. Yep.
Fantastic. Shelly, thank you for your time today. This is amazing work. It's exciting to continue to hear about what you're going to be doing the rest of the summer and into the fall. Again, here's the contact information for Highland Youth Garden, Shelly and her staff. The Greater Hilltop Area Commission, we're going to be posting this video on our Facebook page, and I wanted to let everybody know that we've started a YouTube channel, so you can go over there and subscribe. Thanks again, Shelly.
Okay, great. See you at the garden. Take care.